All right. Hey, time to start another class. This is for Monday, what is it? April 5th. Excuse me, 6th. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to assign you something on Mondays. Okay. I do a little lecture presentation. I give you some work, maybe an ed puzzle thrown in there, and then everything is due on Friday. Okay. So what we're going to learn about today is your paycheck. If you have a job with a company, even if it's part time, you're paid not under the table. You're going to get taxes taken out of your paycheck. So, pay in taxes. Investigate what impacts your paycheck and personal taxes. There's a lot of different things that impact it. So, we're going to talk about Kevin here for a sec. How much does Kevin earn? Last month he worked 60 hours at $6.50 an hour. How does this compare with what he actually takes home for money? All right, so his regular pay for this month was 390 bucks. Okay. However, all right, he's going to have money taken out. So, he must be a waiter because he gets tips. So 148, add that to the regular pay, it's 538. Okay. So, what we're going to call your gross pay, and that's what is before taxes, all right, is 538. But he's not going to take home 538. So we have some deductions. And what for deductions we have over here, we have minus signs. Okay, so you have payroll taxes. You take out $77 for payroll taxes. And then other deductions is $21. And then your net pay, or what you take home, is $440. Excuse me, what Kevin's taking home, not you. All right. So remember, this is take-home pay. Net pay is take-home pay. So today I'll answer these questions. Why don't get all of my pay? Okay, I think we've said that from the dawn of time. I say it all the time. Why don't get my salary? How are payroll taxes calculated? Do I have control over the amount of my net pay or my take-home pay? Okay, so we're gonna learn about that today. All right. Woo. Stop. All right. Income taxes for individuals. Calculated as a percentage of your taxable income. So if I make 40 grand a year, all right, it's going to be a percent of that. And it depends on what I make or what that percentage is. So we have a federal income tax, okay, and we have a state income tax. We do not have a local income tax. These are the two biggies, state and federal. So taxable income equals gross pay minus any pre-tax deductions. And what are pre-tax deductions? We have to have these set up, and I'll explain about those later. It mostly has to do with health insurance and such, or child support, or anything like that. Mostly, we'll talk about it as a uh, medical insurance deduction. So, we'll get into that just yet. So, Social Security and Medicare contributions. These are also taxes by the federal government we have to pay. So calculated as a percentage of your total earned income. We'll talk about that. Whoa, stop. Financial decisions when we start a job. So say like if Trevor Phelps started a job, okay, his pay, will your earnings fit into your spending plan? Okay, remember the spending plan we did way back? All right, we have to live within our means. And we can't go out and buy a Monte Carlo SS if we're making minimum wage. It ain't gonna happen. Okay? You have to buy what you can afford. Your paycheck. Do you want to automatically deposit your paycheck to savings or receive it in person? Most places require direct deposit now. Most places. It's just easier. It's also easier for you because you don't have to go to a bank and put it into your account physically. Because the nearest bank, you have one in Kingfield, you have one in Stratton, you have one in Farmington. Okay, this is where direct deposit, like your banking app needs. If your bank has a good app and you can deposit it online, that would be beneficial. So when you start a new job, what are your employee? What are your benefits? Which insurance plan fits your situation? Okay, with some jobs you have an insurance option. How much will you contribute to a retirement or insurance savings program? So what usually happens with this is if you get a job and you put X amount of money into your insurance savings program, your employer will match it. So if you put 50 bucks in a paycheck, your employer may match it. I'm just using that as an example. It's not necessarily 50 bucks. Do you have the automatic payroll deduction option for any of your regular expenses? Okay, in other words, my oil bill, my electric bill automatically come out of my paycheck, so I don't have to worry about it. But you should worry about it. You should check up on it because they do make mistakes, electric companies. And a withholding allowance. How much income tax is withheld from each paycheck? Well, this is what our next form is going to be. When we fill this out, when we get a job, this determines how much money is withheld. Okay? So this is a W-4 form, Employees Withholding Allowance Certificate. Okay, and you go through down here, you fill these out, your name, address, social security number, blah, blah, blah. What's important over here is if you're single, married, or married with children. Okay, a lot of times you're single, you'll check one as a dependent. However, if you're claimed on your parents and you put yourself as a dependent, there's going to be an issue come IRS time, tax time. So this is what it looks like. You got to sign it down here. You got to date it. Okay? Pretty simple form, but this is the form that your business where you work determines how much money is taken out of your paycheck. And yes, they have to take something out. So, youth work permits. All right, so abide by child labor laws in your state. So the state of Maine is under 16. So this is required in some states before anyone under the age of 18 is allowed to work. It's required in the state of Maine. Employers must have a work permit on file if minor is allowed to begin for minor to allowed to begin work. Obtain a work permit from our school, Mount Abram, or the super's office. You have to present the following to get a worker's permit: proof of age, letter from the employer, letter from the minor's parents, your social security card. Sometimes there's a fee, and the address of the school where you attend. If it's Mount Abram, it's 1513 Salem Road, Salem Township, Maine, 04983. So here are the reasons that you can have your work permit revoked. Minor does not attend school on a regular basis. You can have it taken away. Minor is working in a prohibited employment situation. You're doing at-risk jobs. You can have your work permit revoked. Yes, you have to go to school on a regular basis. What is your net pay, or what is your take-home pay? We're going to figure this out. All right, so say Marty Kelly, okay, just got a job with the state of Maine Department of Transportation as a highway laborer, and he's going to receive an annual salary of 30 grand. You're going to get paid twice a month. That's 24 payments a year, okay, because there's 12 months in a year. If you're going to get paid twice a month, you're just going to double that. It's going to be 24. Deduct income taxes and union dues. What are union dues? Oh, we're going to get to that. So union dues are, if you're, not all places have a union. And what a union does is they negotiate fair wages, vacations, and a workers' contract for the people that work in that company. And the people who do the negotiations, okay, they get paid a stipend. And as part of that comes from union dues. So each month you have to pay a union due. So I want you to think inside your head, identify potential job options that match your work preferences. What does that mean? Well, you're going to maybe you need daycare. Maybe your employer provides daycare or something of that nature. Boom. So that's it for that's it for the lecture right now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get to the next step, which is, the worksheet we're going to be given. Nope, that is not it. That is not it. Pay taxes. Pay taxes. We're going to end it there and I'll have to come back.